What's up, Papa Party? Hi, Buster. He let himself into the cabinet. Hello, Lucky 7. What you're about to hear is the most sampled break in hip-hop history. Oh my god, clothes or golf clubs? I pick golf clubs any day of the week, but I'd rather not list any of those. Ooh, there we go. All right. So, let's see here. What do we got going out? We sold a couple of things since I pulled orders, so that's fine. Let's see if I can grab any of it from here. Atlantic City, New Jersey, and one of the watercolors. Let's see. I think I got New Jersey over here. Not a bad day of sales yesterday. It wasn't amazing, but it was pretty good. Let's before we get started, we'll check in on the listing challenge too. No additional haul video later today because I accidentally forgot to schedule the one that came out late last night. So there was 2 yesterday instead of the one that I was hoping, and then having another one today. So no video today. There will be another tomorrow though. Today I am just going to be listing those cards in earnest. I am going to, minimum I'll do 100 listings today. Just postcards. I'm going to try to tear through as many of those as I can. I've got a lot to list, so definitely. What's this one? Bump as hell. Okay. I listed a handful last night, and man, there's some really good ones that are valuable. It's got me excited to dive into more of them. I pretty much have everything listed from this last weekend sourcing. The exception is I have some Family Guys. What is the average coming for an average? There's no average. My baseline for minimum is $2.95 free shipping. However, there are sellers out there, including Mark, who may be joining in the chat here a little bit, who's got a very different model than mine. And that number could be much lower. For me, it's $2.95 free standard envelope shipping. That works out where I make about $1.35 per card, but there's no baseline. $4.45, is that your minimum, Mark? That's yeah. Oh, that's your average. Okay. I'd have to calculate my average. It's definitely changed over the past 60 days because my minimum used to be $6.95 free shipping, and now it's $2.95 free shipping. I know my average sale has dropped like about 25% due to that. But when you sell such a variety of stuff and you are listing in quantity, average sale is not something that is necessarily that easy to use as a useful tool. So you've got cards above and below the 445. Yeah. I also don't do offers on anything other than like $10 and up. Really it's more like $14.95 and up. Yeah. And I do that as well. I do deep discounts for multiples. But yeah, I listed some cards yesterday that were like, I couldn't believe that he put them in the lot that I bought. They're some really, really incredible stuff. The plastic postcard was super cool. I think I'm going to keep it. Yeah, Kim, it's really just I can't answer that question for you. It's going to really depend on what you're comfortable with, what your costs are, what your quantity is. What kind of volume? What's your how cheaply are you able to source them? So it's for me, I'm on average, paying, I don't know, 25 cents a card on the high end, sometimes much less. Standard envelope, if you're keeping your shipping under 2 ounces, it's 71 cents. If you're not using top loaders like I am, you could probably get it under 1 ounce, and lower the cost both on your materials and on the shipping. So it depends on how you want to go about it. For me, because I'm selling such a wide variety of other things, I really want to keep that feedback good, and having top rated seller status when you have a lot of high value items as well is important, in my opinion. For me, it is. For somebody else, it might not be. Hey, Flippin' Sports Guy. Man, we're getting a full house this morning. No politics today, I promise. Or no cultural conversations. They got pretty spirited yesterday. That was fun. I enjoyed it. I don't want to do that every single day, but, every now and then, it's good to have those discussions. Not a lot of places, especially on reseller channels, where those can happen. Good morning, Dawn. 4 cards and 2 mil sleeves, 1 ounce. Yeah. Oh, Tommy. Yeah, you're right. That's exactly how it works. You missed it yesterday, Tommy. You would have gotten 2 poops in. All right, this guy here, that there. Uh-oh. I messed something up. We've got that. We've got that. We've got those 2. But I just did this one. Something messed up. I did something wrong. What's our shipping labels? Okay. I didn't double any of them. I know that one's right. I know that one's right. I know that one's right. It's something in these last 2. This is one of them. Yep, I know exactly what I did. All right. Let's fix all that. That was a close one. Okay. It's been a while since I've sent the wrong card to the wrong person. Let's So, as I was sort of getting ready this morning, some of you might saw this at the beginning, but Buster decided he was going to let himself into the storage cabinet that all of you were sitting on. He's just chilling in there. Hi, Buster. What's going on? No, you're just chilling? Leave me alone, Dad. He's not being super hyperactive, so $3 label for yeah. You got to keep an eye on that. You can cancel your label though. All right, so this one we're going to reprint that one, and then we're back on track. Easy fix. Dang it. This roll of labels I have done that more times. I don't think it's the highest quality label paper. Or maybe it's just me. It could definitely be just me. Don, I'm not having a morning. I just roll with it. You see that? Tommy made some bullshit political statement and I barely reacted. All right. You know the problem. I'll tell you the problem right now. It's that I am not caffeinated enough. Oh, that's better. Little jolt of caffeine and dopamine in the brains is. Yeah, Lucky Seven. That's destined for many mess ups for me. I have to kind of do it. I can prep stuff. Good morning, Amy. Hello, Lula and Dash. Look, I'm on TV. Yeah, if I don't do this one at a time, my lines get crossed too easy. There could easily be a day when everybody ends up with the wrong thing. I recognize the efficiency of doing it that way, but I also recognize my own weaknesses and shortcomings, and one of them would be keeping straight, 25, 30 packages going out off a packing list. I try to, create little bits of efficiencies here and there, for sure. Like, I prepackage everything and, get it ready in a lot of cases. And I batch where I pack all the things at one time. That's awesome. So I can print them out at once. Yeah. So honestly, if I wasn't doing these lives, I can pack much faster. But I try to take it at a sort of, relaxed pace for, keeping the ability to interact with chat and, remain mentally sharp and incredibly witty, as you guys all know. All right, that is our postcards. Let's see what else we got today. We got a good smattering of stuff. I'm gonna do a little show and tell first, and this will be our show and tell. Oh, we can put new stickers on there. Not the end of the world. All right, so this thing is pretty cool. I know where I got it. This came at the very last live auction I've been to. This would have been February last year. It sat in my death pile until about a week ago. I listed it. This is a schematic, vintage schematic, for a ham radio. And it's the model S40, and I forget the brand. Says up here. I forget the brand. You can look it up. If you just do ham radio S40, you'll be able to find it. This is one of those things, no comps, no nothing, but there are comps for the radio itself. And, this is one of those things that you really should be able to know instinctually that there's going to be a buyer for. If you're a reseller, you don't need to know anything about ham radios to find something like this. Figure out what it is, and then be like, oh yeah, there's definitely going to be someone who wants that, because ham radio people are insane, and it's a very, very expensive hobby, and they like tinkering, they like old stuff. In my opinion, it's a no-brainer. You know what? We're going to put a square of bubble wrap in there. Uh-oh. Yeah, that doesn't happen to me often, and that's why I generally try to steer away from glassware for the most part. Although I did just pick up that crystal, German leaded crystal footed vase at that church sale, which I honestly I try very, very much to stay away from crystal, but it still had the stickers on it. It was German. It's 45% leaded. Like it had all the right stuff. It was unique. It had nice footing on it. So the exception for me is ashtrays. Especially like those mid-century ones. Don, I mean, estate sales, yard sales. I mean, you can. I do very well on online estate sales. There is a lot of money to be made, believe me. In fact, immediately after this video, I am going to go shopping on some online estate sales to see if I can pick up any amazing deals, because I find them all the time. What the heck? Okay, well, you know what? Today we might actually have to. We're not able to. Why is this not letting me buy this stupid label? Now it is. What the? eBay? I like high bid. I am more a fan of max sold. I like being able to go pick up my product. Tommy. I mean, Tommy, you can talk all the politics you want today. I'm not gonna bite. I want to get my shipping done. Hello. Oh, hello, Valerie. That's a new name here, I think. Have we seen you here before? Well, welcome. All right. I got this Greg Norman, like, painfully green shirt. This came from the eBayer that I bought out long ago. These items, that stock is currently on sale. Let's see here. Yeah, Lucky 7, I don't sell Black Americana. I donate it to the African American History Museum out of Detroit. Personally, I don't think white people have any business in being purveyors in collectibles that exploit minorities. There's enough other stuff that I can sell. I don't have to, I don't need any blood money. This is a bike cable. No idea where I got it. I think it came out of some like box lot at some point. But it sold. Oh, I know where I got it. I got it at like the picker pile at an estate sale. So I probably have nothing to do with it at this point. $10.95 free ship. I don't sell the Chinese labor stuff either. Hey, Kent. You got to pull Tommy's cock out of your mouth before you speak so the rest of us can hear you. What are you doing in there? And not that one. Nice. Also from that stock, these like leather high heel. I want to clean that off a little bit. They're Kohan I don't know. Would these count as like stripper shoes? They're like leather sandals that are also high heels. I don't know. Is this something a normal person wears? These heel, Tracy, I would totally do it. They would never fit. Yeah, they're like they don't even reach my toes. They're not okay. I don't know these things. I'm not judging. Granny wears those? Okay. I didn't buy these. Somebody did for $11 plus shipping. So, I mean, that's good. They're going to a male purchaser. So in Provo, Utah. So I'm not. You guys can figure that one out on your own. Probably looks good under the robes and Jesus underwear. Or sorry, not Jesus. Yes, Jesus. Right. Or more, whatever. John Smith underwear. Or purity pants. Oh, yeah. So the thing that I just packed up, it's a Nancy Drew book. You can actually see when I bought it. It's in the one of the Escape from Video Game Mountain videos. I got $2 into it. It sold for $20. It's got a really messed up dust jacket. Nancy Drew books, totally a bolo. If the right ones are, if you know what you're looking at. Can they pay me for shipping? Yes. Oh, I'm definitely going to hell for sure. Probably for several other reasons besides the misnaming Joseph Smith. I should probably watch Book of Mormon at some point. All right, got one of these trackball Mises. That came from the estate sale a couple of weeks back. It's going global shipping program. It's 24.95, I believe, is what I had these at. So when I got these, if you look at the video, there were boxes and stuff, but all of them were the wrong boxes. So I'm just pulled them all out, sold them loose. Like none of the models that I had matched any of the boxes that I had, which meant there was at one point more of these. In that house, but I definitely got them all that were there from when I was there. I did have to spend some time cleaning them up, but probably spent maybe 30 minutes total on all three of them. And they're both, two of them were at like $24.95, and I think one of them's at $34.95. These like rolling mice, they're popular for a lot of people just prefer them, but there's the people who really use them are graphic designers. The ones with the dust jackets are the best to sell, plus the yellow books. You also, well, the thing with, okay, so Nancy Drew books, they've been printing them for, 60, 70 years. So, and the early ones, the first couple dozen, they've had 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different printings. And so there's all these different variations in printing. So when you open up the book and you look at here, I'll show you what I mean. We're just gonna look. And I am not a Nancy Drew expert by any means. I only really started learning about these because I bought a bunch of them at a auction one time. So then, okay, well, I've got all these Nancy Drew books. I guess I have to figure out value. And I got the first couple listed, and I sold them very quick. And then I started getting questions on them. Like, can you show me the inside cover or dust jacket list of titles? Or what's the inside cover page? What's all these questions? I'm like, okay, why are people asking me all these specifics? All right, so this is Secret of Redgate Farm. So one of the things you want to look at is this list of books. This can help you figure out what printing is. There's a online source or online webpage dedicated to Nancy Drew collecting. So it's a good resource. So this is what you would call a tweed cover. and this is a tweed digger, and it's called a digger. Oh, that's not the digger. Here's the digger. Blue digger. There we go. There it is. The digger over here. So the inside cover pages on these you see are different. These are two different ages of Nancy Drew, right? And then there's even other ones that are earlier than these. Different colored covers. I mean, there's just a ton. But if you, these older Nancy Drews, you always just, if you get them a couple of bucks, totally worth it. And I find them at thrift shops pretty often, and they all sell. They're not necessarily the fastest sellers, but this inside etching can also vary. So yeah, there you go, Nancy Drew. Not first edition. Hey Harry, how you doing? Not first edition at all, but I was just saying the early Nancy Drew stuff is almost always worth picking up. And if you, there's a few like telltale things to look for, and yeah, the list of books to itself is the first. Yes, correct. Same thing goes for Hardy Boys, although I've done Hardy Boys as well. In my opinion, the Nancy Drew collector community is way bigger than the Hardy Boys. And there's also like, there was so many different like adventure series for children in the early part of the 20th century. There's like the Airplane Boys and the like, God, there's so many that, you know, there's series of like, you know, sometimes 30, 40 different books with multiple printings. And anytime you have different variations on that, anybody who deals in like sports cards or, Bobbsey Twins, there's another one. And then there's spin-offs of Nancy Drew as well. There's like characters from Nancy Drew. They started whole series is about. So yeah. Yeah, Memphis, you probably know way more about this than I do, but I mean, like pretty much like anything, you end up, if you buy a bunch of something, right? It's for me, I look at it as an opportunity to start like figuring out why one might be worth more than another. Some might call that a rabbit hole. But once you kind of put that knowledge in your pocket, you're going to be that much more equipped the next time you come across it. You know, these Nancy Drew books are a perfect example. It's been 2 years since I've come across anywhere since the first time I bought them and this last time. But that knowledge was still there. I still knew what I was, sort of looking for. So again, you don't have to be an expert. You just kind of got to know or have a sense of what people collect and why. I mean, I don't consider myself an expert in anything. Like, I think I know enough to be dangerous in postcards, but I have so much. There's like gulfs of knowledge I know that I don't have. Like, These cassette tapes sold for $8.95, free shipping. They came out as well from the last estate sale. So pretty much everything from that sale now is profit. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Yeah. All right. Well, Memphis Blazer, there you go. My instincts were correct. You know quite a bit more than me. So what was the other one I was thinking of? The automobile guys or the automobile boys? And then there's like the airplane boys. Do you know what ones I'm talking about? You got a Vidya game. The Motor Boys. Right, there we go. Final Fantasy VII, missing the manual. $32.95. Yeah, that's right, Harry. That's but I would also say, Harry, like, I mean, I'll be honest. I comp practically nothing when I'm out in the field. Every now and then I'll comp something if it's a little bit higher price. Like this last weekend, the only thing that I comped were curling irons. Everything else I got was just either knowledge or hunches, right? Or because I don't, you know, for me, like, this is just opinion, and you're certainly welcome to disagree. And I think there's many arguments to be made against this opinion. But for me, I feel a lot of times like taking the time out in the field when you're at like doing yard sales and stuff like that, especially. My goal is to get eyes on as much stuff as I can. Like I want to get my eyes on I want to see as many things as I can. Right? I have only so much time in the day to do it, and I only have so much time. You know, there's only so many sales that I'm going to be able to make it to. So if I spend 15 minutes at 4 different sales on my phone comping, that's an hour. That's another sale. That's maybe 2 sales. So I would rather miss something that could be profitable. I'd rather walk by it and get eyes on 10 times more things. And when I'm in a sale, I'm a freaking honey badger. I'm in there. I'm like looking at everything I can, try to move quickly, filling a box, making a pile, and then it's get in, get out as much as I can. Until I find a place where it's like, oh my God, this place is, everything here is awesome. And then I'm just like, all right, I'm just here the rest of the day. Because I'm just going to spend the rest of my budget here. And now I just want to get as much as I can for what I have left. Yeah, never throw it. Yeah, it kills me what gets thrown away. It keeps me up at night. it's unfortunate. People, they want, when something like that happens. I mean, I get it, right? Like if somebody in your family dies, right, you inherit all their stuff. You don't necessarily have the same attachment to that stuff as the person who passed away. So, you're not necessarily going to want to invest a lot of time into extracting every bit of value. You're also going through a time where you just lost somebody close to you, and that can be emotionally difficult, obviously, right? So I get it, right? Like some people just want to be done with it so that they can move on and not have this like long drawn out emotional process of going through somebody's life like that. So yeah, I mean that's how it happens. Harry, for me, if it's old and I know nothing about it, I'm gonna buy it and then I'll figure it out when I get home. My motto is buy everything and sort it out later. If I'm in a yard sale, unless I'm gonna pay up for it. That's what the exception. But if it's yard sales and the third day of an estate sale, I know I'm getting stuff cheap, so I'm not going to worry about it. If I buy something for a few bucks that I can't sell, it's gonna all wash out at the end of the day. It'll be fine. I'm not gonna lose sleep over it. My Goodwill pile, I mean, that's my Goodwill pile. Way over there. See that? That's all waiting for Goodwill. That's stuff that I bought and paid for that I'm not going to resell. But whatever. That's all just it's not lost money. I'm profitable very much so on everything else that I bought when I bought that stuff. You win some, you lose some, right? Like, as long as they let me make a pile, I'm not going to worry about it. How often do I go Goodwill hunting? Not super often because Goodwills here are not the best. So Seattle Goodwill Network, basically the way that they work is this. Any donation that comes in to one of the Northwest Goodwills, with a couple of exceptions, there's a couple of independent ones, everything that comes in gets sent to the Seattle Goodwill for processing. I think it was Bolo Buddies. Bolo Buddies did a video recently where they're like, hey, I found this Goodwill where everything starts at 99 cents or $9.95. That's the Seattle Goodwill. So what they do is they consolidate all the donations, and then they distribute out to all the other Goodwills in the area whatever items they think are going to sell best at that location. And then some stuff goes to the bins, and then some stuff, most of it actually goes online. They were one of the first Goodwills with an eBay store. And it's the Seattle Goodwill that is really one of the reasons why you see Goodwill now with such an online presence. So, sorry. The Goodwill bins, Seattle was also one of the first with one of those. I don't know if they were the first, they were one of the first. And that model was so successful, it went out to the rest of the country. I've been going to the bins for like over 20 years. So the Macklemore thrift shop video, that's the Seattle bins. It's very hard. Now, there are 2 Goodwills within range of me that are not in that network, and I find great stuff there. But both of them are an hour away from me. So it makes it less appealing to go drive an hour to go to a Goodwill when there's other thrift stores that are very, very close to me. That I can do really well at. The local Habitat for Humanity is only about a mile away from me, maybe 2, and I do great there. I find great stuff there all the time. So, I mean, it just is what it is, right? Like, they're just not putting stuff out on the shelf for the most part. That is anything that I want to sell. That said, I mean, every now and then I go in there, usually after I donate, and I mean, I sold this huge box of wood Tinker Toys. I bought for $10. But I sorted it, counted it, inventoried it, put probably about 2 hours of work into it, and I sold it for $180. That isn't to say that Goodwill put a good item out for me to get. I put the work into an item to give it value that Goodwill didn't. And by the way, everybody out there, that's I don't know if I would call it a bolo, but you should probably take a look. All right. I mean, this person didn't do any inventorying. Here we go. This person did $150 for 1,200 pieces. You do something like this, you can find Tinker Toys if it's the wood stuff. It shows up. You can find this at Goodwill. You can buy this stuff sometimes for super cheap and then just, store it until you have enough. Oh, these are connects. But if you do that kind of work, you can get a lot of money out of this kind of stuff because there are people who want to build big things with Tinker Toys or, the same goes for Legos. Same idea. 300 pieces here. I think I had somewhere in the like 600 or 700 piece range. But yeah, fully inventoried. This person probably could have gotten a little more for this, but yeah, there you go. Yeah, there's the jewelry jars at the non-Seattle network Goodwills. I always buy. That's funny, Memphis Blazer. I don't know. I don't know of any Goodwill that sells dress shirts for $1 around here. Hey. All right, we're getting down towards the end of it now. You want a treat? You done hiding out? Oh, I got an offer. What? I don't understand this offer, but I'm going to take it. This thing's been in my store for a long time. All right, come on, we'll get you a treat. Let's go. But I have to go donate today. So you know what? I'll do some filming at my local thrift shops. Since you asked so nicely. All right, we're down to our last item, which is awesome, and it's little RCA alarm clock. Got all the bits and bobs for it. Not amazing money, but decent. $11.95 plus ship. Correction. $12.95 free ship. I got this in a big box of alarm clocks in November that I got for $5, and I probably had. It's definitely paid for at this point. Tommy, you done pooping? Okay, Joe, I'll go into shipping overtime. I got one item I can go grab real quick. You guys can hold on and hang out just for a second, entertain yourselves. Just run downstairs real quick and grab it. Let me see if the other thing got paid for. It did. There's 3 things. Lucky you. All right. I know where all of them are, so hold tight. I'll be right back. See? Bada boom. These are some Audio Quest audio cables. I had 3. This is the last one. These came from an Amazon buyer that I bought out long ago. And these, yeah, we're first class. $14.95 free shipping. Don't say I never did nothing for you there, Joe. All right. The next 2 are actually pretty interesting things. So this is a very nice, just watercolor on paper. This came from the ephemera buy that I did. Not a known artist or anything. So they're just some lilacs. Is it lilac, I think? Yes. Lilacs. Took an offer, $26. I added up at $29.95. I actually, when I listed it, I underpriced it, but because I have 3 others, or 2 others, 3 others? 3 others by this artist. This is the least expensive one, and I thought this was actually the best of them, but I was like, whatever, we'll see what happens. We'll just leave it up there, and it sold. So, perfectly happy with it. It's the only one that's lilacs. The other 2 are jumping or jack pop jumping jack jump ups, something like that. I'm not a arborist or florist or anything like that, but that's something like that. It's something like that, or gardener. Let's throw another piece of cardboard in there, just for good measure. Yeah, I'm using an LP box for this. Johnny Jump Ups. Yes, that's the name of it. Oops. That's the one I want. Yeah, record box. It's the perfect size for this thing. They work great for. I use the 45s for video games. I use the. They're great for books. They magazines, like larger flats that I want a little better protected than just, one of these guys. I mean, these do okay, but for something that's original art, I maybe just want to give it a little more. Bailey, oh. See here. That's probably Bailey Island, Maine. There we go. All right. No surprising this item is going to Maine. I'm not going to unwrap it, but I'll put it up on the screen. Did I do a video on record ratings? No. I should, but it's honestly like I don't want to do that video. There are other videos out there that do that, and it is not something I'm interested in opening that can of whoop ass from the record community. Because here's what I'll tell you. Here's all you need to know. Find a record grading system that is commonly used online. Learn it. Then put that in. You can use mine. Go to my store. Look at the record grading system that I use. There's a description next to all of them. I put it in every listing. I stick to it. And I grade according to that scale that I use in my listings. And then I disclose to my customers what grade it is. So, Jake, that's good. What happened to my cheat sheet? Oh, there it is. So, Jake, you are going to make more money if you learn a record grading system and just stick to it. Guaranteed you. Guarantee you're going to sell more records and you're going to sell them for more money. Memphis Blazer, yes, oversized magazines fit great in record shipping shipping boxes. Got another offer on a thing. California big trees, redwood novelties and souvenirs. No. Because they're low ball. All right, so this bottle opener thing, pretty cool. It's going to Maine. No big surprise. Hubley Wright made a bunch of these cool cast metal bottle openers back in the day. They've been reproduced. You got to be careful. This one is clearly of the time. Some of these can go for lots of money. I had other ones. This is the least expensive one and the last one that is sold. I am now out of these. There's ones that have sold. I sold for over $200. If you go look at Hubley Wright bottle openers, so the way you open the bottle on this one is the wave. You hook it under the wave there. Pretty cool. Something you might find somewhere. I don't know. I found it at an estate auction. This one I took an offer. It's been in the store for almost 2 years for $57.95 plus shipping. And honestly, I'll take it. I am perfectly happy with it. Especially for an item that's been up for so long, and it's not uncommon. It's not, I mean, it's not rare. This could totally be something you might find at a antique mall and somebody doesn't know what it is. So if you see those cast metal bottle openers, be careful because there are reproductions, but you probably should know the name Hubley anyways. Harry's still here. I know he knows the name Hubley. Like, Hubley is one of those things that if you find something that says Hubley on it, and even if it's just a piece of something that says Hubley on it, you buy that thing. Because you can sell parts and pieces all day long. Or you can sell them anyways. Because there's people who, they're like one of those things people are always going to be restoring and always going to be looking for the parts. Any condition, any part. All right. Now we're done. Well, hour and a half. That's about average, right? You did okay. Does anybody know the name there? Anybody? Does anyone know that one? Anyone know who Dennis Caleb McCoy is? I'm going to take that as a no. Hey. What? What? You want to say hi? Okay, come here. The name of the store is the same as the channel, Joe Smith. Easy to find. All of my same on Insta, same on Facebook, same on everything. It's all the same. You want to show me your claws? So that is going to be it for us today, everybody. I want to thank you very much for joining in. It's always nice to have some coworkers along for the ride. If you're watching this in the future, if it's your first time here, consider subscribing. Hit the like button if you like this kind of stuff. Nope, Jake. It's the name of the robot who stole the show in the late last Bill and Ted movie. My name is Dennis Caleb McCoy. The time-traveling Terminator robot, who I think deserves his own spin-off TV show. I think it would be hilarious. But thank you, everyone, for watching. We do this almost every day. Consider subscribing if you're new. And thank you very much. We'll catch you on the Flippy Floppy. Take it easy. Bye!